I tried recording this video a couple of times, but the video wouldn't load up properly. So, I'm going to do this on my camcorder, which I'm doing right now. This video is to John, aka Undertakerfreak1127. How you doing? My name is Robert, and I believe that you are right. That there's a lot of companies out there that have their agendas and they don't want people to know about healthy food. They're the same type of people that would rather shut down places like Whole Food Market and all these other places because they deem that's a danger to their society. I also believe that it's also in terms that people make themselves sick and depressed and overweight because of the diets that they choose and the choices that they make end up on their plate. See, I live in a big city. I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And every day that I walk by at work, or I go down to a street, or I go down to the boardwalk, there's always someone who is morbidly obese, to a point where they look like a bunch of beach whales in a bikini. I'm sorry to say that. If anyone's offended by what I say, you can go fuck yourself and rate this video right now, because I'm just going to be just straight shooting from the hip right now. And then you got all these commercials about Liberty Medical. They're the diabetic testing supply experts. They're the catheter testing supply experts. They're this, they're that. We're tired of all the medical commercials. Tired of fucking seeing heart disease. You know, the commercials for Lipitor. It's important though, yes, it's important, but the people that need it. The biggest problem is that people are paying the price of fucking eating fucking garbage. Garbage. And yet people don't fucking care. I'll tell you this right now. How many people do you know on an average basis that go to McDonald's and even though they show, the Big Mac has 360 calories per sandwich, but if you have the French fries and the drink, it's going to be another 1,000 calories. Or close to 1,000 calories. What about all these other guys out there that, do they really give a fuck about those prices and those calorie intakes? No, they don't even give a fuck about the fucking food labels that are stuck on these cans and shit. This one right here is for Lipton iced tea. Not Lipton, I mean the Arizona iced tea. Particularly the Arnold Palmer line. This is the peach stuff. If you look at this, people aren't even paying attention to this label. I'm going to show you that again. People aren't even paying attention to nothing on this label that would help them choose. Then again, I hear people saying, Rob, you got people with food allergies and people that don't eat certain foods. This applies to all people. It doesn't matter if you're allergic to shrimp. It doesn't matter if you're allergic to peanuts. It doesn't matter if you're a kosher eater, vegetarian, or anything else. The biggest problem right now is that people are overweight. And the people that are overweight are causing themselves to be sick, which I'm tired of. And then you got businesses saying, well, I don't want Obamacare, so these people are still going to completely eat all the garbage that they can and they can fucking put in their goddamn mouth and still have the problems that we're facing to this day as a country. Then you got people who say, well, I don't want this, I don't want that. Well, here's the thing. A lot of the things that we are having problems with, gyms are too small. A lot of the gyms out there are not. Okay, I don't expect a gym to be like Gold's. I don't expect a gym to be like 24-hour fitness where there's machines everywhere. where there's, people with free weights everywhere. That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to put out there as a person in the YouTube community. No. Hold your tits for a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and explain something. The biggest problem right now, country-wise, people are not watching what they eat. They're not watching the labels that are placed on the cereal boxes. They rather just stick they go to the grocery store, they see the food up there, they put it in their cart, they cart themselves all the way up to the fucking cashier, they cart their paid goods to their car, they drive home, they put the food in their pantries, and then within days or weeks, they put the food in their mouths, and then they rinse and repeat. And then you have the people who sit there and just blame fast food. Fast food is not the problem. People are the problem. That means you, that means me, that means everyone else. I want to see things, instead of McDonald's being the ultimate franchise for the United States Olympic Team Committee, to sit there and be the sponsor of it. Oh yeah, we're the sponsor. We're gonna throw out millions, billions of dollars down that way because we want to be the superior team. Ixnay on that one. What we should do is not have McDonald's be the main sponsor. What we should do is that we need to make people smart consumers. We just need to. I don't give a fuck about anyone else, but I want people to be smart consumers. Instead of fucking putting fast food as the cheapest way of food possible, make it the most hard to get. And I'm going to explain why I'm doing this, and John, I know you're going to agree with me, or disagree. Well, I really meant disagree. You're going to disagree with me on this one, but in the same token, you might agree. See, the calorie part, like I said before, no one gives a fuck about, the 300 calories you're getting from that Whopper and the extra 800 that you're getting with the soda and the fucking French fries. We're not factoring in the ketchup or the mustard or whatever fucking products we put in there. So here's what I would do. If I were any fast food place, I'd up my price. Why? You're still making money. You probably still make a lot of money. The fact is, you would make people pay for your product. And make them literally pay for it. Twofold sword. You ready? If you let people pay a higher price for fast food, it'll make them think twice. Do you really want to go to McDonald's and buy 2 Big Macs, a large French fry, and a Coke? Or would you go to a place like the grocery store, pick up a bunch of items for about the same price that you would possibly get for that item, and then just go home, cook the food, feel satisfied, because when you're cooking, you're actually burning calories as well. What people don't know is that when you cook, all that stirring, it takes some calories off. Maybe not a lot, but it burns calories. That chopping of the cabbage and the lettuce, the fucking, lifting up the meat and flipping it over, or putting it in the oven. That says something. We also need to wean people away from processed foods and train people to say, hey, if I haven't seen this food being made at all, I haven't been into the factory and seen it made myself. If it has chemical names in there like monosodium glutamate, some sodium benzenate, yellow 5, blue 56, ready, hut. Okay, I'm not going to make any football jokes, but you kind of get my drift on this one. We don't need this stuff. We just don't. Another thing that we need to make sure is that people understand that their diets are one of the reasons why we're depressed all the time. It's always depressing because, let's face it, you eat a meal at McDonald's for every day for your life, you're going to be happy because socially you're going to be like, oh, that's McDonald's. You know, your body's excited for it. But after a while, your body's going to get sick of it. And the thing is, we're not eating healthy. We're not being healthy. We're not putting people into the gyms. Like I said before, gyms are too inadequate. They're not even close to being called health clubs. There's no jogging equipment. There's barely any free weights. The fucking place is cramped, small, and the hottest thing out there is either the cardio room or the water aerobics class in the back of the gym. Instead, we should have more things like goals, maybe at a smaller scale, but something where there's actually some machines, some equipment, something for everyone. Again, the problem with that, money. Biggest fucking thing ever is money. Another thing, these gyms are not, a lot of them are not catered to the American consumer. You have to pay $200 just for your initial contract, and then, or $200 to $300, I should say, for your contract. Then you get your free training session for a week, and then that's it. And then you go on your merry fucking way, and you're like, well, I'm going to be a part of this fucking thing anymore. The thing is that no one's actually doing that. No one's paying attention to their gym habits, not exercising as much. And if it was up to me, this is something I would take to heart. I would make it harder for someone to get health insurance if they're overweight. Let me repeat myself again. I will make it harder for people to get health insurance if they are overweight. By overweight, I don't mean 30 pounds or 50 pounds. I'm talking about someone who's 75 pounds and over the original allotted weight adjustment for them. I don't give a shit about the fucking 2,000 pound woman. I don't give a shit about the 150 pound man. Well, 1,500 pound man, my bad. 1,500 pound man. I have a typo issue in my head. Anywho, what I'm trying to say, we need more people out there going to gyms. We need people out there eating more healthy food. We need more people exercising. P90X is a good example of a good exercise. Going to an actual gym and working out is a good form of exercise. Going out to McDonald's, lifting up a burger to your mouth is not exercise. That's fucking eating, and then you're just consuming, and then you just become a big fat fucking blob. And for all I care, that's not a good thing for me. And it's not a good thing for you. I want grocery stores to follow the Kroger standard of putting anything that's healthy, they put a big fat label that says healthy, organic, something of that sort, where it's in big letters. So when they go ahead and they say, oh, that's something good, take it off their shelves. No more fucking buying Oreos 2 for $1. We're not buying cigarettes 2 for $1. Well, I don't really think that's gonna happen, but you kind of get what I'm trying to say. We gotta put all this unhealthy shit out the door and out the refrigerator and into the garbage. And like another thing, I would also put all the processed foods at a higher price, all the good foods at a lower price. You put the good foods at a lower price, you create consumerism for the farmers out there that are actually farming the grains, the fucking potatoes, and everything else. Because then they're seeing something. We gotta get people to go out there and say, hey, this product came from a man who probably sat there and tried to do the best he can with all the work that he's done. He's hired all these people. You know, make farmers, you know, about as big as millionaires as the fucking CEOs that sit there and, you know, stick pens up their asses wondering what the next thing to cut, you know? So they can make another quick dollar. We need people to understand that if you put money into something like Whole Foods, organic foods, that you're going to get something good out of it. And that's the only thing I wish people would understand. I would also say and suggest that if you're going to go out there and become, you know, go into a gym, become a consumer of products that are healthy, make sure you know what you're doing. Don't sit there and think that you're just going to drink a Slim Fast shake and just lose weight. It's going to come right off. At least that's what my mom thought was going to happen. She drank a Slim Fast shake every day. That weight came off because two factors. Diet, exercise. Diet, exercise. Got that? Diet, exercise. Say it with me. Diet and exercise. That's all you need to get yourself out of the way. It doesn't matter about the genetics right now. All that matters is diet and exercise. The pounds aren't going to come off easy. I'll tell you that right now. The pounds are not going to come off easy. But when you look at it, they'll come off. Eventually. Eventually. And John, thank you for making that video. I appreciate it. And I hope that you appreciate my response. And I look forward to seeing some new subscribers in the coming future. Peace out, everybody.